It's intense. His blood is rushing out.
Wishing you good health. Now we're going to conduct a class on tactical medicine. In the report on the support of the self-propelled artillery battalion of the 93 RD Brigade, I want to say that tactical medicine should be present in all units. Support artillerymen and assault troops. It's about life. First, you'll be able to provide help to yourself and survive. Second, your comrades will also know all the benefits of tactical medicine and will be able to save your life as well. We're driving with Valiera, the medic of the self-propelled artillery battalion. You'll see him on camera later. Celia is with us too. Well, show us who else is coming with us. If you know the breed, please comment below. So now 5 minutes and we'll be at the place to start the lesson.
She is wounded. There are marks on her. A cross. This is a superficial wound. We all remember what to do with a superficial wound. 0 or a circle. This is a penetrating wound, which means massive bleeding. Well, depending on where you see it, you all know massive hemorrhage, airway, respiration, circulation, hypothermia, head injury. You know where we stop massive bleeding. What do we do with penetrating chest wounds? And everything else too. And so, the first volunteer, according to the massive hemorrhage, airway, respiration, circulation, hypothermia, head injury system, starts providing emergency aid. His task is to find 1-0. Let's go. Who wants to be first? What's the first thing you do when you approach the wounded? You start talking to him. You talk to him. Hi, friend, I'm one of yours. Where does it hurt? His back hurts. We work according to what he says. His back hurts. What are you going to do? I understand. First of all, you don't need the tourniquet in your hands yet. Get the scissors ready. Get the scissors ready. What's the first thing you should do? You need to examine him, examine him. He says his back hurts, and what do we know? If his back hurts, what does that mean for us? A back injury, a back injury. It's most likely a penetrating chest wound. So, sorry. First, we look for bleeding. We check here, we check the arms, examine if there's blood. Check here, examine, check the buttocks, examine the limbs. We've checked everything and see no blood. Following massive hemorrhage, airway, respiration, circulation, head injury, hypothermia, evacuation, you can now turn him onto his back. When we started talking to him, he answered us. He said, it hurts here. You heard that his speech is normal. What does that tell you? According to the massive hemorrhage, airway, respiration, circulation, head injury, hypothermia, evacuation system, we can already rule out acute airway obstruction. He's talking to us. That's already good. We're trying to cover everything as much as possible. Then he says it's his back, so we turn him onto his side and start examining, looking at what's there, searching for blood. Whether you found something or not, you still need to expose that area. Here are your scissors. Let him lie on his side. Turn him over. And we start cutting the clothes on his back to see what's there. Bend his knee a bit, turn him towards you, and just cut his suit. We have trauma shears. There's nothing dangerous about them. We don't know what's on his back right now, but it's okay. You won't scratch or cut anything, don't worry. The first thing you should be interested in is the chest. Open it, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, take it, take the shears, cut it open, all the way, look for it, yes, yes, all the way. Look for it. Oh, Nolik found it. What does Nolik mean, who just mentioned a penetrating wound, a penetrating wound? We see Nolik on the right side of the chest. So what we see is that he might have a pneumothorax, a penetrating wound. If we see an entry wound on the chest, what should we do? We need to find the exit wound because often there will be one if there was an entry wound. We look for the exit wound on the other side. We turn him over again, unbutton, and look for the exit wound. We see that there is no exit wound. But we have a superficial wound on the other side. We don't pay attention to the superficial wound. We work with the wound that we saw there. So we turn him back over. And there we look for an occlusive dressing. The occlusive dressing, here it is. This is what it looks like. And your task is to seal the hole with the center of this. What should we do before sealing it? We wipe everything with a napkin, no alcohol, just to remove debris so things stick properly. Grab any napkin or just explain what you're doing. The napkin will be on the sticker, so when you open a new package, it'll be right there. You take it out, remove it, wipe everything down, and then stick on the occlusive sticker. Let's go. Center it on the wound, just like this. I put it on good, smoothed it out well so we have an occlusive patch with flaps so air can be vented. But just so you understand, when we have a chest wound, pneumothorax is always accompanied by hemothorax. This will always happen. That means this valve will get clogged literally in 1 minute, so we don't really pay much attention to whether we have a valve or not. Our main task is to close the inlet and outlet if there is one. You understand? That's your task. When we've done that, done everything, what's next according to the massive hemorrhage? Airway, respiration, circulation, hypothermia, head injury algorithm. What do we do next? What do we do next? Time to write. Circulation. No, we don't write varium. We don't write varium. When we apply the tourniquet, then we check circulation. That is, we've already ruled out that he doesn't have critical bleeding. And when we talked to him, we ruled out airway obstruction. Next, we found a chest wound. We sealed it. Then we checked circulation, meaning how well his heart is beating. Again, we talked to him, everything is fine. And the last stage is head injury, warming, and associated injuries. Pain relief is the last thing. That is, we've done everything. We've ruled everything out. He's breathing, he's talking to you, he's not confused. So we move on to the last stage, warming him up, wrapping him in a blanket. Yes, we give him pain relief with whatever painkiller you have in your first aid kit. Or give him a pill pack if you have one. And check him for any other, let's say, less critical injuries. What I've shown, put crosses, bandage, apply plasters, etc. is all you need to do. The massive hemorrhage, airway, respiration, circulation, hypothermia, head injury system is very simple. And when you approach the wounded, start talking to them, examining them, all these schemes just turn off automatically. It's like driving a car. When you first start driving, you might look at the gear shift and the pedals, but then you get used to it. Your hands are here, coffee here, cigarette here, gear shift here, pedals here. It's the same here. You start working with a person, you approach, talk to them, examine them, and you automatically start turning something off. For example, if you're talking to him and he responds, but his speech is very slurred, drawn out, he starts to say something, but it's not clear. This already tells us that he has altered consciousness. He might already have critical bleeding. You must always find it first. And when a person says, for example, there was this and that, the first thing is to find the critical bleeding. Then after you've done all that, check for injuries. There might be some blunt trauma because there could also be internal bleeding. Understood, and we remember where we're doing all of this. In a zone and situation that's safe for you. That is, if there's shelling, if there are drones, anything like that, and a person is wounded, we don't provide assistance to them. The person has to perform self-aid. Assistance is provided only if you can be in safety. You have conditionally dragged him into a dugout. You have dragged him to some place where you can be relatively safe, and then you work with him. If you can't ensure your own safety, then sorry bro, where's your first aid kit and why can't you help yourself? Understood, let's go. Second one, lie down straight. We're looking, let's cover this. We're looking for another 0. We're working according to the algorithm. What do we do first? I already explained. Look for bleeding and get involved. You should always be doing something, even during practice. Is this a real situation? You shouldn't stand over him and think about what to do. You should act immediately. And the first thing you should have in your mind is to find where the blood is coming from, because if the blood has already flowed out, then it doesn't matter anymore. Everyone else acts. And you're looking for the bleeding, you have scissors, you take the scissors and start looking for the wound. Where do we have critical bleeding? And we know where it is. We have limbs, buttocks. Where else? Neck. Trapezius, we have a limb injury. He's talking to you again. What does that tell you? He has conscious airways. So why do we need to make sure that his airways are fine, that he won't choke? If he's not talking, we first lay him on his side. And we keep talking to him all the time so that we know he's breathing and that he won't choke on vomit or anything else. And when we check the limbs, we do it like this. Once, and we go from the bottom and we loosen it, looking for where he has the 0. Here is no lick. We found no lick. Grab the tourniquet. What should we do with it? Yes, let's do it. No, when he has a limb injury, we won't twist or turn his limb because it hurts. Not here, no. Look guys, we don't lift the leg higher than this kind of distance. Yeah, because if you start lifting everything up like this right away, first of all, are you sure he doesn't have a pelvic injury? Maybe he stepped on a mine? And are you sure that, for example, if you start doing all this and lifting, his bleeding won't get worse? And we know that when we lift the limbs up, that's what we do with the blood, so that's the maximum we can do next. He has a pain syndrome, so you won't be able to twist his leg like that. He'll scream. So we loosen the tourniquet, right? And with the loosened tourniquet, we start to put it on him, dress him, and do everything else. Besides, if you had been more attentive, there's even a special tourniquet for the leg lying there. No, you've already taken this one, work with it, you all have the same one. You can move to this side or that side, whichever is convenient for you. Look guys, whenever we have an emergency situation, we'll always drop from the level of our knowledge to the level of our skills. That's why we won't have perfect sterile conditions for doing the work. So look at the mistakes he's already made. First, always place the tourniquet as high as possible. Second, the windlass should be positioned on the outside. So as high as possible, right up to the groin. Be braver. Don't worry, be braver. You can put your knee here like this and pull it tight for him. Pull it really tight and twist it like this. Yeah, our clothes and everything else are in the way. And while he's putting on the tourniquet, what haven't we talked about? We haven't talked about the fact that we need to check the pockets, remove everything unnecessary so that nothing gets in our way. Tourniquet. Yes. We are not going to injure the person. You don't need to twist it. Don't twist it. Just practice. Don't turn the rod. There's no need to cause injury. So the primary tension is the main tension. That's when you've done the primary tension correctly. And if your finger barely fits under the tourniquet, that means you've applied it well. If your finger goes under the tourniquet, moves like a pencil in a glass. So how much is that? Then don't twist this windlass. The tourniquet won't work. This is a very important point. It's essential. If you do the initial tightening correctly, then the tourniquet will work further. You've applied the tourniquet. What do you do next after you've applied the tourniquet? You write down the time the tourniquet was applied. And so, why are you doing this?
So that the medics would know when the tourniquet was applied.
The medics would know when the tourniquet was applied. If they say help will arrive in 4 hours, what will you do for yourself?
I write it down for myself.
And what will that give you?
In an hour, he'll calm down.
Yes, and again, we're coming back to the same topic. If the tourniquet is applied, we don't touch it. We don't loosen it every 20 minutes. We don't loosen it every hour. And we don't loosen it every 2 hours. Our task is that we've applied the tourniquet, we've done everything in conditional safety. You have, let's say, 30 minutes to apply a bandage to the wound and perform a tourniquet conversion. If you know how to do this, if you don't know how to do it, don't get involved. But if you're confident in yourself, you can try to do it once. I'll explain once, don't mess with it. We've already talked about this. Everyone has heard of a substance called hemoglobin. Everyone has heard of it. It provides us with the body with oxygen, right? With oxygen. So what happens when we apply a tourniquet? Our blood circulation is disrupted. There's no circulation, but the limb can still survive for 2 hours. At the very least, thanks to myoglobin, the oxygen battery that's located in the muscles. And the more developed your muscles are, the more trained you are, the more you take care of yourself, the more myoglobin you'll have. What is the nuance of myoglobin? When you apply a tourniquet, myoglobin starts to be actively released, providing oxygen to the cells, but a byproduct appears, lactic acid. Have you ever felt muscle soreness after working out, right? So when you do all this, myoglobin accumulates and then you remove the tourniquet. For example, after 2 hours, this whole huge portion of myoglobin rushes to the kidneys and your kidneys say goodbye and the person dies from kidney failure. That's why we applied it once in the first half hour and performed a tourniquet conversion. If we can do this, and then if it works, everything is fine. If it doesn't work, it's bad. So we perform a tourniquet conversion, we try to do it. Here are some bandages for you. And so, to start, we make a wound pad there. We have it, a bunch of bandages, choose the bandage you like best, and we make a wound pad there and take any bandage to practice with. What are you looking at? We have an entry wound. Where is it? Where did you find it? There's the entry wound. Look for it. Where is it? Here's the entry wound for you. And yes, there's a bandage there. Wait, we're putting a bandage on, guys. Remember, there's a bandage there. No, this is the dressing. This is a pressure dressing, and we use the bandage for the bandage pad. So, what are we doing? We form a ball in the wound. We start making a small ball and begin to apply constant pressure inside. We start forming a tampon for him. And in this way, we try to fully fill the wound channel and we keep applying pressure inside all the time. Meaning we always have one finger in the wound and we start. Pull back, fill the wound channel, pull up, fill it. We don't try to make big balls, just small portions, pack them tightly, wait, don't rush, don't rush. We fill the wound channel with small portions, and after we've filled the wound channel, what do we do next? We use all the remaining bandage as a compressing element, and we place it on top and press it down, press it down. How long do we maintain pressure on the wound channel? 10 minutes if the bandage is regular, and 3 minutes if it's hemostatic. Remember, we maintain pressure for 10 minutes, but we don't press with just 2 fingers. We press firmly and hold it for 10 minutes. After that, we proceed. The bandage. Sit down. Put your knee up as a support. First of all, look, this white part, see the white part goes to the center of the wound. This little napkin is here for a reason. Next, when you're done, you let go, and make one wrap from one side. Another wrap from the other side. Then you can continue threading further here and then on. If it's more convenient for you, you don't have to pull it the other way. You can apply reverse pressure. Pull it tight. Next, this plastic part isn't here for nothing, and actually its purpose isn't to make wrapping the bandage more convenient. This is called a pressure element, and we use it to apply pressure to the wound. Next, we apply the main pressure. Put his knee under so he doesn't have to hold it. The main pressure should be applied right on this plastic part, not underneath it, so that our bandage doesn't turn into a tourniquet. We press it again. I made a few compressions, and then I increased this pressure with a crosswise pull. What happened? The bandage ran out as always, and we know that we have to secure the bandage. We take another bandage and start wrapping it. First, we use this bandage to secure his dressing. And secondly, when we've covered the wound a little like this, we start to press down, make a cross, and with this cross we begin to apply pressure to the pressing element. Press the element down again with a cross. Another cross, then press the pressing element down. And the more of these little crosses you make, which you'll use to press down the pressing element, the stronger the pressure will be. When we finish this, you can also additionally secure it on top with reinforced tape. Don't stretch it, just keep it from slipping. What's next? And so we've applied the pressure bandage. What do we check next? What do we do? No, well, we've already determined that he has only one. We're working on this wound. That's it, he's fine. But he has only one wound. Now we can allow ourselves to release the tourniquet. And we release the tourniquet over the course of 1 minute, one turn, over the course of 1 minute, one turn. Gradually, little by little, we start loosening the tourniquet over the whole minute. One turn, and we look at the bandage, what's happening with it, whether it's filling with blood, and we monitor it. We made one turn and left it for a few minutes. We observe. We observe whether anything is happening. If the bandage hasn't filled up in a few minutes, we loosen it by one more turn. Look again and again. For a minute, we check again whether the bandage is filling up. We check the pulse on the leg, check if the pulse on the leg has appeared, and we leave everything as it is. He has circulation, his tourniquet is loosened, and he has a pressure bandage. But we leave the last turn, we leave the tourniquet on the condition that the pulse has appeared. If the pulse hasn't appeared, we loosen the third turn as well. If with all this, but we don't remove the tourniquet stays. If with all this we've followed all the steps. Everything is fine, there's no blood filling up, his limb will function, the tourniquet stays, just in case, and we keep monitoring all the time. If suddenly we see that the bandage starts to fill up, we tighten the tourniquet completely again and leave it on. And we don't touch it anymore and write down the time again. Let's imagine that he doesn't answer you at all, says nothing, just lies there. You don't know what he's doing. What will you do? Well, moving forward, I'll be looking for where the blood is. We're definitely looking for where the blood is flowing. No, that's not how you check for bleeding. There's a procedure. I showed it. We checked the key points. No, no, no. Neck, armpits, groin, buttocks, limbs, where we have the most blood. No, that's how you would do it, with a woman grabbing her by the boobs. Massat approached him from below, checked once, looked under the armpits, checked once, looked at the groin, checked, looked at the buttocks, checked the limbs, checked one and then the other. And this is a lot of bleeding, look for it. Intensively, his blood is flowing out quickly. What is our time for applying the tourniquet? 25 seconds, bro. He's not talking to us and maybe he's not breathing. What are you going to do? Or maybe he has vomit on his side, We turn him on his side, says Leka. I volunteered and now it's begun. Leg towards yourself. Search, Nolik, search, come on, come on, come on. Tear off this Tuzik hot water bottle. You're a strong violinist. Come on, eat handsome. What do you need? Let me join you, bro. Turnstile, you got it right away. Our turnstile is unique and I haven't seen anyone else use it that way. And here comes the most interesting part. How are we going to work with a trimethylthiazolene type turnstile? And how do you operate it? Imagine, you found this kind of turnstile at your buddy's place. Damn, how do you apply it now? Well, damn, so trimethylthiazolene turnstile. It has a set structure. Focus. Once I understood how it works, I smoked the same way. It's this part that stretches, and here you just adjust the length you need, and it locks onto this part. You need to know the types of tourniquets, what they look like, and what to do with them. Because someone might have a spontaneous intracerebral hemorrhage, someone else a diniprome. Someone has this kind, and someone else has something different. How do you use it? Who the hell knows? And he's already struggling with this tourniquet, God knows for how long. If something like that happens to you, well, look for another tourniquet. What do we do next? And that's how Leka managed it. Where? Well, the initial tension. Brayton, my hand fits through here. Where are you planning to stretch it? No, no, no. Come on. Get up, get up, get up. Leka, you tried, but something went wrong. That's much easier. Thank you. Review. This is the most convenient tourniquet for applying it to the leg. I don't know what you're struggling with. And that's it, and here you have it under your limb. You don't tighten it all the way right away. You prepare the tourniquet for yourself, and it just sits there. And when something happens to you, you fall, that's it. You don't know what to do. You can't arrange it well or put it on right. It's just there. You fell, you're lying down. You found the tourniquet and took it from under your bag. You won't be lifting your leg or anything. You won't be doing all that. You'll just do it like this. You'll try to pull your leg up, take the tourniquet, feel for these two elements and put it here. And snap it on. Then you'll tighten it and that's it. the highest point. That's how to check the primary tour. Well, I'm not dragging it out. Well, the primary tour, the primary tour. Oh, come on, bye-bye. What kind of underwear is this? I said not to over tighten the handle, but we're doing the primary tour, the maximum, so that the tourniquet already starts working, so it already starts. Come on, Leka, I believe in you. We had the tourniquet ready and set up like this. We put this through, we put this on, we tighten this, and this is pulled tight. And that's it, it's done. That's the brand. Good job, you did great and saved everyone. You're a real combat dog. It's hard to breathe without first aid kits. Good job, good job. Save Celia, hurry, save her. Save Celia, save him, save. You have to save him, save. Oh, you're who? I'm your mother, good job, that's it, good job, good job. Thank you. That's it, she already saved them. Thank you, that's it, good job, guys. Guys, I really ask you, you need to develop the right perspective in yourselves. Well, you know, bro, everything's fine with you. Well, it works like that and turns out the way it should. We hand in some receipts automatically, bro. Are you okay? And started working right away, not just sitting around. Seriously, guys, it's the 4th year. Come on, get involved. Let's go. Did you examine properly the way it should be? According to the algorithm, we're looking for critical bleeding. Neck, armpits, under the arms, groin, gluteal muscles, limbs, lower limbs, upper limbs. We examined them carefully. Thank you. And if someone shouts, yup, my left arm hurts, it's bad. Did you pull on it? He says, bro, where are you pulling me? Bro, and he starts pulling you around. So what are we doing? Well, he shouts at you, bro, my left hand hurts. Just forget about that hand. Grab the knife and start cutting. He shouts at you. He has shallow breaths. He has shallow breaths. If he's shouting, what does that tell us? What does that mean? When someone screams, ah, it's done. That means he's actually fine because he has the strength to scream, except for his arm, except for his arm. And maybe, damn, when you undress it, he's like, ah, but it's okay, well, that's it. Don't be nervous. It's okay. You're not taking an exam. I'm not nervous, you. You're practicing your skills, your hand movements, so that in an emergency situation, you at least understand a little bit what you need to do and what you need to do. Don't worry. Don't be nervous. Be nervous. Cut like this. Throw that clothing away so it doesn't get in your way. Put the tourniquet on. Like this. As high as possible, right up to the groin area. The tourniquet is on the outside. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Tighten it. Twist it while slightly lifting the arm for comfort. Yes, passed it through. Look, you need to check. Look, you need to make sure that the Velcro is fully and properly attached across the entire area. Next, you can make the initial tension a bit stronger. Don't rush, don't rush, don't rush. Do it carefully, just like that. We lift it up, we guide it through. So this should have been prepared, but it's not prepared. So we pull it through here and make a loop around the handle. The handle is tightened. We've tightened it. And we write down the time the tourniquet was applied. Good job. Next, we do tamponade in this wound. If the strap is facing you, then you're holding it correctly. That's always the case, even when you're working on yourself. Here you take it by the strap, put it on and tighten it by the strap, thank you. So, the strap is always facing you, which means you're already holding it correctly.
These were the tactical medicine classes in the support platoon. This is the self-propelled artillery battalion of the 93 RD Brigade, and we continue to defend our country, and we will definitely win because we are invincible. Glory to Ukraine, glory to the armed forces, and Putin is a jerk.